Hello everyone and welcome to the THZTV show. My name's Chris Zado and this is my bro Adrian.
How's she going?
Cheers everyone and welcome to episode 22. We're out on the patio here, or the deck, nice view of the Kennebecasis River. We thought we'd do the episode outside today. Feels pretty good.
Good call. Nice day.
Drinking our MB Select beer. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna probably drink this until someone wants to sponsor us. What do you think of that?
Sure.
Sound like a good idea?
Yeah. Pretty good for now.
Yeah. So we'll drink the NB Liquor Store Select beer. If anyone wants to sponsor us beer, we'd love to hear from you. And we won't pull a Brock Lesnar on you. We won't talk about some other brand while you're sponsoring us. So anyway, to today's episode. We threw out the question there. We got some great response. A few questions we threw out there. One question, or the questions were, and I'll kind of go through them here right now. I got the laptop on the lap here. The first question was the Dale Talon firing in Chicago. That was big news yesterday.
Demotion firing, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Whatever.
Sorry,
it's a
wrong terminology.
Bit of a shitstorm there.
Yeah.
So
that's right. Saku Koivu leaving Montreal. How do I make a saucer pass? I was looking forward to maybe doing that, show everybody my hands, but that didn't quite make it to the top today. And then the final one is, should NHL players be allowed on Twitter? So it was a tight race between the Talon question and the Twitter one, but Twitter question took 44% of the votes, and the Talon one was 33%. So thank you to everyone. That's the most votes we've had so far. So I guess today's episode we're going to talk about, should the NHL players be allowed on Twitter? One quick thing on the Talon thing, I think he sounds like he's a good guy. I don't know him personally, but I think he's a good guy, and good things happen to good people. So keep her going, Dale.
he'll be all right, I'm sure.
Yeah. So should hockey players or NHL players be allowed on Twitter? And I guess I'll let you kind of talk, since I've been doing kind of all the talking so far. So go ahead.
You're both getting tired.
Yeah.
Surprise.
I'll take a drink of the NB.
All right. I just want to grab my notes here. I want to throw a shout out there to a few people that helped me out. I threw out a tweet today to try and find a list of actually how many players there actually are in the NHL that are on Twitter. Ask Bill Mitchell. I'm not sure how to say this one, but R. Scabetti, Joe Burkle, Danny Three Boys, S Butler 66. They all sent me links to a few spots there. There's actually a Twitter account at NHL Players that I don't think I was following, but that kind of keeps you updated and retweets some of the stuff from the players. And then
thanks, guys.
At Sports in 140 is a radio station, I believe, or something. They have a website, www.sportsin140.com.
We'll link you guys up on the show here, so thanks for your help.
Absolutely. So those were some good resources that I went to, and I was kind of disappointed when I got to them, because there's not a lot of NHL players that are actually Twittering right now out there. So most of them are half-retired players, and I think they have a list of 14 or 15. I'm sure maybe they're missing a couple, but anyway, that's a little disappointing, because obviously we're heavy into that stuff. So I guess to the question is, should they be allowed to Twitter or tweet? And I think the answer to that, from my standpoint, is yes, they should be able to. I don't think that means that everybody in the NHL should be out there and has to be out there tweeting with their fans and stuff, but everybody's different, and I mean, some guys might want to have a little interaction there, have some fun with the fans, give them the inside scoop on some stuff, hopefully nothing too major, but kind of stay interactive with the fans and have a good time. If that's not what you want to do, then obviously it's just like anybody that uses Twitter. You don't have to sign up for it. That's what I tell people. Either you get in there and you like it, or maybe it's not for you and you don't want to be that close with the fans.
Yeah.
So it's up to the player's choice, I guess, but I absolutely think they should be allowed to tweet. I don't know if we're talking about tweeting in between periods or not, but
well, I think we can open the door there. I think it kind of stems, probably, this whole question, when we threw it out there, I think it's stemming from the Martin Havlat thing yesterday that kind of broke open with him on Twitter, talking about the Talon firing and the things that were going on in Chicago, and opened up the interview with him and Darren Drigger on TSN. So I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I kind of...
Sorry, used to it.
So what I was thinking too is this conversation is a good conversation to kind of open the doors, as what if they started using Twitter. When you take away the word social in front of media, it's another form of media, right? So it's no different than Pierre Maguire interviewing a guy during the pregame warm-up. Like, that's just new in the last couple of years, or being interviewed in between periods. Now, I'm not saying the guy should be on the bench twittering away like, oh, what a save by someone, you know, or whatever, or in between intermissions when John Tortorella is tearing a strip off. I don't think Gabrick's going to pull out his BlackBerry and do a Twitter message there. Anyway, so that's kind of, but I do think there's a place for it because...
I wasn't saying they should be doing it, I just don't know how far you can go with it, right? Like, I know the whole NFL's going through, they're banning tweets. Yeah, with the NFL there, you know, they're kind of banning the tweets during the games. You know, Ocho Cinco's pretty upset about that because he says he's not going to hurt anybody, but, you know, there's got to be a line as well. So one thing I did notice that on the list for the players, they had a list of the main dogs from the NHL, the staff, the upper management, I guess. Like Gary Bettman was on there. I didn't see many others. I know there are a few NHL folks out there twittering, but I mean, I think maybe even more at that level, that would kind of maybe fit a little better for their means to reach the grassroots, I guess, and have a little more communication with the fans from the higher end point, I guess, from management or ownership, or not ownership, but commissioner and those type of people.
Yeah.
So.
But back to the players too. Like, I know NHL Digest wrote a blog post today on it too, and you know, it would be cool if the players actually, you know, kind of did, you know, players that want to. You can't force them, but obviously, like, wouldn't it be cool to have like your favorite player on Twitter saying, you know, this is, if you're a player, like, this is kind of the workout I did today, or this is what I'm doing now, I'm working on this, or here's what we did in practice today. It'd be kind of neat to, you know, to see what they're doing, or here's what we're thinking about. You know, obviously they're not going to share anything more than what they would share in a TV interview, but maybe they can if they want to, and it kind of eliminates that middleman and gives more kind of a more personal interaction with the fans, and I don't think there's any harm done there. But once again, I don't know, if I was a coach, I don't think Tortorella would like people twittering in between the games or during the games or whatever. It might be take them off their focus or whatever. But they could do it during the intermission, and I think Kyle brought up a good point in his post in NHL Digest. He said maybe have like someone do a tweet every intermission, one of the players or something, and actually donate $1,000 to charity. And I thought that was a really good idea. So good one there, Kyle.
Absolutely. If it comes from the NHL level, kind of where they do the interviews, maybe okay, this guy's going to send out a tweet at the intermission. You know, Jerome McGinley sending out the first intermission tweet, sponsored by whatever.
Yeah,
donate something. That would probably be pretty cool.
So I think the NHL is doing a pretty good job right now, but there are so many ways they could go and really expand their breadth into social media and letting the players do some sort of interaction at that level. And once again, the players got to want to do it, and obviously, you know, they do the interviews. I don't think they'd mind doing the odd tweet here and there, and some guys will pick it up just like Shaquille O'Neal does in the Phoenix there, or actually with Cleveland now, I guess, Cavaliers. He's got over 1 million followers now, right? So he knows what it's all about. He's the big Aristotle, right? And he knows how to, you know, reflect his brand out there and use these social media tools, so good on him. Anyway, so that's kind of, I think, where we're at. I guess in the end, Twitter is, no matter what you say about it, is a means of media. And it's the new media, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or whatever. And teams and players and organizations are going to start adapting to it, I think, very soon here in the near future. Anything else?
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Hopefully more guys get on board with it. Maybe the NHL can promote it a little bit as well, like we said, and just get some more interaction there, because it's always fun when you're tweeting with somebody that's kind of famous or up there in the ranks, and you feel it's kind of neat to be able to talk back and forth. So
yeah,
let's go for it.
Let's do it. So thanks for watching, and thanks for voting, and we'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the whole Twitter sports, Twitter NHL thing. And until next show, keep your stick on the ice.
Take care, everybody.